the third row now, before I come to the other side.
Good afternoon. My name is Yuan from the Business Times. My question is for Ms. Foo. You spent quite some time over the past 8 years overseas in China and Thailand. Is there a concern, and you're also quite a new PAP member having joined just last year, is there a concern that you may not have had that much experience on the ground as compared to your other parliamentary hopefuls? And also, what have you been doing over the last few months to prepare yourself for a possible new career as a politician? Thank you.
I spent 2003 to early 2008 in the two countries. So I went to China in 2003 and then went to China in 2006. So I was away from Singapore for about 4 years. So we returned early 2008. So it's been 3 years now since we came back home, which is very nice. Yes, you're right. I think this has been a new experience for me. In fact, politics has been very much a discovery for me. I don't have father or close friends who has been politician before. For me, it's, my first experience was actually attending an MPS. I couldn't sleep that night. I was invited and I went into this place. The whole place are volunteers. These are volunteers, okay? So people who just give up their time every Monday night, or some constituent doing some other nights, but they just come in. And I happen to sit beside a wonderful gentleman called Mr. Karu. He's been volunteering for more than 15 years. You could see the dedication that he had in helping people in his community. He was basically writing letters, understanding the issues the residents have, and taking so much sensitivity and care to make sure that case that he's handling get the best outcome it could possibly have. He's inspired me, I must say. He has inspired me. He made me think, what could we do? What could we all do our part? So I think that journey started. And I guess I kind of look forward to going MPS. And is that. I mean, I don't have any other story. For me, it's really going to MPS, seeing what happens there. And obviously, since then, I've been doing quite a lot of block visits in different areas, looking at people's home. Obviously, there are plenty of happy Singaporeans, and there are also people who need our help. So we're just going through that process. I think one of the wonderful things about the PAP and the PA Association is that we have very, very strong grassroots leaders who knows, and the resident committees and the neighborhood committees, so they know the residents very well. And so they are very good support, a very good support system for new MPs. Thank you.
Give the question to that side. Pass the mic to them. There's a mic there. The back row.
Yeah.
Put our hand. Yes.
Hi, I'm Shuang from the Straits Times. My question is for all three candidates. DPN Wong has said that renewal is important to bring in new ideas and new energy. Could you share some new ideas you might have to maybe improve some policy, whether it's the ones that you've talked about so far, or solutions or improvements?
I've always thought about the issue of neighbourly disputes, for one. I was from the Ministry of Law, and community mediation comes under the portfolio of one of my former colleagues, so I'll be careful what I say. But at MPA, sometimes you come across cases where, because of the close-knit kind of society that we are, high density, people living cheek by jowl, side by side, while there's a lot of room for social harmony and cohesion, invariably you'll also experience dispute, disagreement, sometimes next door, sometimes upstairs, downstairs. And you see a couple of these cases which, from being personal disputes, they become very intractable problems, either escalating to being police cases, or worse, they take private prosecutions against each other. And once it reaches that stage, my view is it's too late. The damage is done. You bring in the legal process. It is very difficult to find resolution and restore that neighborly spirit until, say, one person moves out, literally. And when we suggest, well, let's have community mediation, let's get community leaders, grassroots leaders, to go down and get the parties to talk and hopefully resolve the problem. One problem you find is one party won't turn up, refuses to turn up, doesn't see any benefit in turning up. And there's very little that community leaders, grassroots leaders can do to help. So I know there's a call been made before in Parliament, and my view is let's explore further ways of strengthening community and social mediation in our community. That's one. But I don't want to take up too much time. Maybe I'll hand over to the others.
Steve?
Thanks, DBM. I won't say they are new, but I will say it's probably for me it's considered an improvement. First off, I think in terms of helping Singaporeans, working Singaporeans, my own encounter has been that there are people who are doing the jobs that they are currently doing, even though it is maybe low-paying or irregular work. And I think that we have a very good infrastructure in place today. And what is critical now is actually pushing it down to the men in the field who are doing the cleaning jobs, the other jobs that we have actually come into encounter with that doesn't pay a regular income, and most importantly, they do not have CPF contributions, which is quite crucial. So I think in terms of pushing it out, that is critical. For me personally, I'm also quite interested to, I think I'm very, very fascinated with the clean energy field. I think Singapore, being a very compact country, definitely has a lot of potential for us to look at how do we actually introduce clean energy, electric vehicles, better diesel policies and stuff like that. Lastly, I think I personally feel that we could do a bit more for less privileged Singaporeans. In our house visits, we actually see some families with autistic children, or a most recent case that I saw was a pair of Singaporeans who were deaf, and they were not able to speak as well, but their children were entirely healthy and in school right now. So we help them where we can, and I hope, well, if I can, to contribute to this area as well.
Yeah. Miha?
I been very impressed with the volunteers I shared during MPS. I actually think that's a real strength of our society. I have an aspiration, if I have the opportunity to serve, I think we can do even more with leveraging the energy of people who want to come forward and make a difference. I tell you why, because I've seen, the sparkle in the volunteers' eyes when they know they can make a difference. And I know actually a lot of people out there want to help, whether they want to help children, they want to help, the old, people from all spectrum of society. But I think there is more work, especially at the community and the, at the, kind of neighborhood area, where you could galvanize the group and organize it so that it can be quite a vibrant, vibrant neighborhood. It's, we're doing quite a lot now, but I think there's a lot more we can do to galvanize. And, some of you are from, I give you an example. I went to a big event, Bukit Timah 55, and I saw the energy of the youth dancing, and I saw that repeated again in the Serangoon Swing. And I asked myself, why do they have to dance? Only, Serangoon Swing is 1 in 10 years, and Bukit Timah, I think, is, it's not something you repeat. But wouldn't it be wonderful if they can do that all the time at the neighborhood. And I tested that idea when I go to house, and I've actually seen some very talented youth who want to come together with the neighborhood, and we should organize that.